You know, I need to put some thought between now and Monday when he gets on the stand, Monday or Tuesday.
Was this a sort of preparation?
How exactly we're going to cross-examine this guy, you know?
Yeah.
How exactly we're going to establish his motive. It looks to me like the stuff he's saying is really unbelievable, and he says it in a way that is relatively convincing.
Uh-huh.
And although the stuff he's actually talking about is not convincing at all, but the way he says it is convincing. He doesn't look like an honest guy, and he looks a little shifty, but he's a very smart guy.
Yeah.
So he looks like he recollects everything perfectly, almost as if he's seeing it in his mind. You know?
Right.
Which is just because he's sort of a psychopath kind of guy. You know?
So he's putting it over real well, huh?
You know, anybody that's had enough experience in it, he's a psychologist.
Cool.
You know, he knows how to talk in a way that's convincing.
Sure.
They probably sit there for patient after patient and sound like they're very caring, convincing people.
Well, yeah, you have to be like an actor, you know. It's just like when you're an attorney, you've got to be an actress or an actor.
It is.
Yeah.
I need to, my feeling is that I cannot go in there like we originally intended and say that, you know, we just didn't tell him the truth, and so we therefore said these things that he's saying we said instead. Because these things he's saying and said are just so far out of the character of anything I would say.
Yeah,
Anybody can even make this stuff up as a sick person.
Right.
Just talking about perfect murder and this and that and all, just stuff that's amazing, right? And all made up. Never happened in our sessions. We had very casual sessions.
Mm-hmm.
Never really discussed anything. And this guy has just made these tapes. And I never did get to find out the motive because I got arrested too soon, basically.
Yeah.
But my feeling is we can already show that I paid him $3,000 for 2 sessions that happened the first 2 days after Memorial.
That's how much he charged?
Huh?
$3,000?
Well, he showed up after my parents died for 2 days and hung out with at the hotel with my family.
Yeah.
And 6 weeks later, he charged me for it after my brother confessed. Because he had me by the balls. What can he do? I got to pay.
Oh, yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So my feeling is that we can show that, right?
Mm-hmm.
My feeling is to stay on that theme because I think we need to show that this guy and everything on this tape is just something he fabricated for a purpose.
Right.
And this is my thinking, and I have 3 days to figure out what's the best angle and if it's the right idea.
To use as a motive for why he did it, you mean?
Just to go ahead and say something like, along the lines, I want to say that I knew that these tapes existed.
Didn't he tell you were being taped?
No.
I thought you had to.
This is not our voice on tape. This is his voice.
Oh, yes, saying what you said. Right.
This isn't just straight bullshit.
Yeah, but I'm saying before he...
Our voices on tape. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
And he couldn't do any of this shit. Anyway, and he destroyed his original notes.
Yeah.
He made these tapes, supposedly, he says a week later. Right. But in any case, my thinking is that to tell a story, talk about him coming, and us having a meeting of some sort, of which he basically says, I have this tape, maybe he plays the whole tape or a portion of it, and it's a blackmail meeting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
Because I'm going to have to make something up to show this guy's motive, because sometimes people can lie too convincingly.
Oh, sure.
Look at this guy Glenn Stevens yesterday.
So you've got to be just as convincing.
Oh, yeah, which is no problem for me. I mean, I can do that.
Yeah.
Just as well as he can.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm a smart guy, and he's a smart guy, and my credibility is less at issue, really, because I'm also a nice guy, and everybody said that so far, even in their case.
Right.
This guy's not. And we have many people who say that.
Okay.
But the difference is I need to establish some clear motive because I can't figure the guy out.
Oh.
Because we never did before I could figure out where he was really going with this tape.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether to say, I haven't figured out, that he made the tape for life insurance reasons. Like he was genuinely afraid for some reason.
Yeah.
And he was paranoid. The guy thought I was going to kill him or something, right?
Yeah. Did he use drugs?
No. He gave millions of people, but he just...
Yeah, he gave them to others, didn't he? Yeah.
So, and either say that he made the tapes for life insurance purposes and basically said, hey, I made this tape.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he and I knew that that tape never happened. It was just a fabrication. But it made me look like a killer and a dangerous person. And he said, anything happens to me, and this is going to the police.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And that was his line. And he understood it, and I understood it. You know what I mean? And I said, all right, fine. And then he asked me for money for the sessions the 2 days, and I paid him $3,000. Boom, no problem. I knew he had me.
Right.
And I started giving him money, and I knew that I was going to have to be seeing him forever and paying him.
Yeah, sure. If he would have asked you for $10,000, you would have had to pay, wouldn't you?
Yeah. And I don't know if I should even add in because, I got a lot of people that can come forward for me, whatever I need. Maybe talk about that there was a payment made or something in cash or something like that, or a meeting with a third party. Because bring somebody else into it to say, yeah, this happened, and let him deny it.
Yeah.
And let someone come in and impeach him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm trying to think rapidly as you're talking.
Well, just think about it for a while, because I don't have to decide today.
Yeah.
I got all weekend.
Okay.
But, I'm thinking of actually talking about a meeting that takes place shortly after these sessions, in which he sits down with me, we meet in a restaurant, or we meet somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got to be vague as to the time, and I can't be vague as to the place, but as to the time, because I don't know if he can somehow verify he was here or he was there,
Yeah, right, because you don't know what kind of alibi he's got, right? You could pick a day that you went to see him.
Right.
But does he make a note of all your visits? He probably does, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, especially you guys. He probably does make a note of your visits.
We have pretty much a lot of information on that time period, from Judah Smith's girlfriend, from his previous testimonies, from all that stuff.
Yeah.
I think that I can get enough detail to know pretty much where he was.
Can you?
Yeah, what was happening.
Yeah.
I'm going to get them all from Mike tonight or tomorrow. And that maybe I can help piece together something from that.
Okay.
Because I don't want to make sure it's as sound as possible.
Right.
What I may then do is use a witness that'll say, yeah, Lyle said he had to go to this meeting with the psych at this restaurant.
Uh-huh.
He came back and he was real frazzled and everything. Something like that might be good. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
That gives me a little more time to set that up because then I don't need to know by Monday. I don't need to know until I testify.
Yeah, right.
I need to know basically what it's going to be so that when he comes on the stand just for the cross-examination,
Yeah.
they can say, isn't it true you met with Lyle here and you said so-and-so and so-and-so? And then that's as far as we can take it because if we have anything that can prove that, we have to do it in our case.
Right. Does Leslie need to be in on this?
I got a visit. Oh, no, definitely not.
Okay, because, I thought she'd seen each of you. I mean, she knows all what Jill's going to be saying, right?
This is going to be very difficult to add now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is she seen the stuff already that you're already going to say,
Something that I'm going to have to just tell Michael, hey.
That you just remembered it or what?
Well, you know what I mean? He'll know that I did it, but I got to tell him this is my life, and unless you see another way, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Unless you see another way for people to understand this guy, I got to do what I got to do.
Yeah.
And he understands.
Yeah.
I'll just say, you just ask those questions, that's all. Don't worry about a thing. And he understands that. I think he understands that this guy's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Because he is such a...
So what time period is
I
it?
think people are going to wonder, can anybody have made up all that stuff? He's got conversations.
Yeah.
I remember he nodded, and I remember his face was... You know what I mean?
Yeah. Is this about the August period, August, September, or what?
What?
This whole period that you're going to make this thing up where you're going to have to fit something in, what period of time is it going to be in?
Halloween.
Halloween time? Around there? Okay.
Exactly, Halloween.
Oh, Halloween day? Okay. But, well, do you know where he was on Halloween?
I have a friend in town
Yeah.
at that moment, but he's in Greece. So I would need to get that number out there. Like I said, I have a little time.
Yeah.
And maybe he can help me out. He could say he dropped me off at the meeting or whatever. Something of that sort. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I know you didn't know many people around Beverly Hills at that particular time because you hadn't been here long enough to fall back on now, I mean.
Unfortunately, that's true. I can also get verification from people in Jersey or anywhere in the country whom I told later this had happened or whatever.
Yeah.
And it could be a prior consistent statement. Like if they try to suggest that I'm lying,
yeah.
Then I can bring in so-and-so to say, no, he told me that this happened or whatever.
Yeah.
I can bring in other people. It's unfortunate that I wasn't aware of this problem earlier because there are a lot of the people that can help me. But, I was going to use...
What about Jill? She'll have to go along with it, won't she?
Oh, yeah. They won't be happy, but I don't give a fuck. My defense team is very honest, but on the other hand, if I say, hey, I'm going to say this, so, they're not going to do anything about it. They don't have a control issue over me.
Yeah, but who's actually going to say, okay, he's going to be on the stand getting questioned back and forth, right? Michael's going to do it? Okay, he's going to chip in with what you're telling him that you did.
I haven't talked to him yet.
Okay, you're going to... okay.
I'll talk to him when I get back from the visit now.
Right. Because he might want the waters not ruffled.
I got to think of something that's most believable.
Right, yeah.
And my feeling is...
Something not too complicated.
Yeah. It's clear on the tape, right?
Yeah.
That he he's saying that I'm dangerous, that I might kill him, that he thought he took the things I said as threats.
Yeah.
I never said I'm going to kill you, but he took these things as threats. You know, good luck, Dr. Oziel, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he actually, and there's lots of documented things. He went and bought shotguns. He upgraded the security system on his house. He moved his family to a hotel. It was clear that he was paranoid and interfered. It's reasonable to just go ahead and concede that this guy was paranoid with fear.
Yeah, well, Lyle, he was embellishing, you know. This is our latest fashion word, embellished. He was embellishing his story.
Stevens embellished. This guy's unbelievable. This is straight fabrication. I told Michael, he laughed at it. I said, when he's testifying, Eric and I should be dressed in clown suits. To make a statement. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
And then he should ask him, isn't it true, Dr. Oziel, you're turning these proceedings into a circus? I can't even believe that my life hangs in the balance with somebody like this.
Yeah, really.
This is a guy that I didn't even want to spend 5 minutes with.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, what a pity your father picked this guy.
I'm a very private, secretive person. I don't go around just telling anybody anything in my life.
Right.
That's why there's no confessions against me or nothing.
Yes.
And this fucking guy has the nerve to come and say that I've told him all these things. There's no way in hell.
Do you think he was just... I think basically he was probably trying to boost his business, you know? Bit of notoriety and fame. Don't you think?
His business is through the district attorney.
It is now, but he didn't think so at the time, did he?
No.
He's got to add things on.
This is not his fault. He never intended to go to the police.
It's Judel Smith.
The girlfriend turned him in.
Right, Judel Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the girlfriend was lying, saying she overheard this and that and the other, and she didn't.
Right.
So it was like a lie because she was so unstable.
Yeah.
To him, and then this whole thing broke open, and he realized he had these tapes, which he clearly was going to use for some other purpose.
Right.
And he figured, fuck, I better stick with him.
Yeah, I saw last week when he said, I'm telling you, Judel, you'll get killed. He was just trying to frighten her off from going, wasn't he?
Yeah. They know who you are.
And he sounded like he didn't want to...
We had no idea who she was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I never heard of her lady until I got arrested.
Yeah, right.
So how could she be in danger?
Well, of course, he's not going to talk about his girlfriends, is he, to patients? So, of course, you wouldn't know her till afterwards.
You know, the judge doesn't think it's relevant that he raped another girl.
Oh, really?
You know what I mean? He raped It isn't relevant to his credibility. Give me a break.
Yeah, what a sleazeball.
I don't think he's going to let it in that he raped another girl. Like the jury should know that.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
I know. There's a lot of things that they hide, you know, and it's not fair, is it?
It's totally not fair. If I rape somebody, you can be sure that shit will be coming in.
That's like an injustice when somebody like him is getting on the stand and the jury don't get to know his past, you know.
Yeah.
And they're going to judge him by how he's dressed and stuff. Yeah, they're going to think he's a nice guy because he's a doctor, and it's all, it's wrong. It's a double standard.
You know, my feeling is, you fight fire with fire.
I mean, they're getting to know all about your background. Why don't they tell all about his background? That'll make it fair then.
I mean, that's how you find out about people. Like
sure.
That resume.
Exactly. Yeah.
They would have never known about this kid's resume unless it was allowed in.
Right.
And that really changed their mind on this kid. Realized he's a liar.
Right. So why are they letting this guy?
The judge, you know why? Because the judge wants us to lose.
Do you think so?
Oh.
Do you think he's still biased?
Lose is not even a consideration. He thinks we should go to the gas chamber. Straight out. No doubt about it. And, hold on a second. I got a visit. So you think about it.
Yeah.
Think about some scenario that you think makes sense.
Okay.
Him coming to me actually scared, saying, this is my life insurance, me maybe telling him, I don't know why you're so concerned. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I would never do anything to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or maybe blackmail. He wants money. I can't figure out which is, or maybe a combination or something like that.
Yeah.
And how the meeting would take place and this and that and the things that would be said, because I'll have to recount all that.
Yeah.
And Michael will have to ask him if that happened. My feeling is unless Michael comes up and says something like that, right?
Yeah.
It's not going to put enough doubt in this jury's mind after they hear his direct. Because his direct will just make me look like a fucking Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah. Oh, well, I don't know about that. That's a really bad comparison, Lyle.
I will look worse than Jeffrey Dahmer. You haven't heard the direct. You haven't heard the things he says. He says that, it was a plan. There was no way to kill the father There was no way to kill the father without killing the mother because there was just no easy way to kill the father, so it was a plan. And we thought about taking the mother out. Maybe she didn't deserve to die, but fuck it, we figured it was a perfect plan. We'll just go with it.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Jesus.
And him saying, me saying, I'm a sociopath, I have no feelings. Once once I kill, I just keep going. I can't stop myself. I'm one of those guys that I just want the perfect plan. I get so excited, I can't stop. But tell me, that's pretty close to Dahmer.
That's pretty close to insanity. Yeah.
I mean, give me a fucking break, this guy.
Yeah.
Not fucking believable. Yeah, like I'm never going to tell anybody that, even if I felt that way.
Right.
I'm just going to sit there and go, hey, I just thought I'd let you know that, give you enough stuff to put me in the gas chamber.
Yeah, sure.
After you're already the most unstable person, and I'm not happy,
Yeah. You're unstable and I'm insane. Yeah.
It's fucking a joke.
That's what he's going to make out.
Unbelievable, this guy. But luckily, the things he says don't sound very believable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If he had just toned it down a little and made it look semi, it would be more believable.
Right.
Because, I mean, if you're going to lie, you might as well try to lie convincingly. And, but he just...
Without the exaggeration.
It's like a bad movie.
Yeah.
It's like Eric's script. Eric's script is better than this. They would never let that shit in a movie because they wouldn't believe anybody actually said that,
Yeah.